First video. It's exactly the same track. The pitch has been changed, and obviously, as you can see, there's a lot more things involved in this track this time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play you the track first of all, and then what I'll do is I'll break each part down, and I'll show you what effects I've used for that instrument or that drum, whatever, and I'll tell you why I used it and the reasons it's good to use those certain types of effects. So I'll just play the song to you really quickly. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm not sure if I'm getting a bit of distortion with that, it's because of the microphone. Anyway, right, so to begin with, what I've done is, like I said, we've got the same tune, the only thing that's different with it is a couple more beats in it, so it's basically just that. That's the only difference really with it, and that's just the beginning part. For the main part that we use with the piano, it's got a little, I don't know how you explain it, but it's this part here. Just to give it some kind of variation, which is always good to add variation rather than to have it too repetitive, because obviously if it's too repetitive, then it's not going to sound exactly great. The drums are just a simple, and then it's followed by, after the third pattern is right at the beginning, you notice that there's some claps and a snare, as well as a hi-hat. All that is so as you can see, everything is so simple. The bass is exactly the same as it was previously, which is just that. Okay, so now the new things that we've added, there's another piano thing which is called it's like a down step. Yeah, so like I said, the new things that we've added is the strings, and we've got two violins. So the strings is pretty much exactly the same as the bass. It follows the same note, but it gives more of a fulfilling sound, or it's a more full sound. It's just this. That's all that is. And the violin, that follows exactly the same thing as the piano as it goes up, which is and obviously, like I said, altogether it makes one complete sound. Now with the piano, what I've done is, if you've never used the effects before, I'll just show you really quickly how it works. I'll just separate these boxes. Okay, so what you do is you'd click the instrument that you want to add the effect to. For this example, it's the plain piano. So you click on that, and it brings up two boxes. The actual FL keys interface, and then also it brings up the channel settings. Channel settings is used to control the pitch, the volume, and the pan, where it goes to the left or to the right. It's also got some other functions which are a bit more advanced that we'll discuss maybe later on. But if you look into the top right box of the channel settings box, we've got a thing which is called FX. Now, if I just show you, if I drag this up and down, if you have a look at where it says mix it, insert, you'll see that it's a link to that. So obviously as I go up, that does as well. Okay, so I'm going to put it on FX1, which is the one I've got it on previously. It's usually a good idea to name these rather than just have them as insert 1, insert 2, therefore you don't actually get lost or anything. But what you do is, we've got FX1, that goes to insert 1, and then you've got these little tabs down here. You click on the arrow, the tab and you go to select, and then you've got a list of all different effects that you can use, and you just click on them and then it will be linked to that instrument. For the piano, what I've used is a reverb, and it's just set at 20%, which is the standard preset, and it's 100% dry. I've also got a flangus, which I don't bother with doing too much with, because the preset, the default, makes it sound good anyway. Okay, and I'll just play that by itself, with and without them. Okay, so that's with both effects on. Switch them off, you'll be able to tell the difference straight away. Obviously, as you can see, it doesn't sound as realistic a sound as what you want it to be. It sounds very synthetic. That's the main reason why I use the effects, is to give that more realistic sound. It just sounds a nicer sound, and it links rather than jumping from note to note. It kind of helps with the transition between each note. If I move on to the drums, what I do with the kick, I don't bother with too much with the other ones, but what I add is parametric EQ, a compressor and a reverb. That's the link to insert 2, because if it was on to insert 1, then I would have that, which I don't want that. Okay, if you follow me, that you'd go up 1 or whatever. So the parametric EQ, that's your equalizer. Basically, what that does is gives you more of a bassier sound. The compressor, that's more to do with volume, or the actual, it makes it sound, there's more of a bass to it. There's your dB. And I add slight reverb, it's only at 10%, which gives it, rather than just it's got almost like an echo to it, which makes it sound a little bit better than what it would originally. With the snares, I've got that linked up to insert 1, which is the reverb and flangus, and that's the only effects I've got there. With the violin, the same again, I've just got a nice reverb, but I put that up to, well, it says 46, put that to 45. I'll show you the difference between them two. Okay, so with the reverb for the violin, it's and then without that, that is there's not a great difference, but there is a slight difference. There's more of a it takes a little bit longer for it to fade out, which is what I wanted for that particular instrument. And that's basically it for this one. Yeah, that's basically it. Obviously, just check out my other videos. I'll be doing some proper tutorials. At the moment, what I'm trying to do is just give everyone the pure basics, and then we can work on to the more advanced things. Now, I'll just really quickly just go back over to the effects again, just to reiterate the thing with the inserts and that. What I'll do is I'll just pull up an example. Let's insert something. Just to get a piano. Okay. Okay, so what you do is, there we go, I've just put in the chorus EP1 or whatever it is. You click on that. Okay, at the moment it hasn't got any number in there, so it's not linked to anything. Okay, now I've already got effect set in insert 1 and insert 2 and possibly insert 3. So I don't, if I want a totally different effect, I don't put them in any of them. Okay, so what you do is you'd go all the way up to 4 where there isn't anything. Okay, and then you click there, which is the effects 1. Pick whatever effect you want, reverb. If you want another effect, say you want it to delay, like an echo effect. And that's basically that. Okay, thanks for tuning in again, guys, and I look forward to making the next video, and please subscribe. Thank you.